Yeah. Um, Last series, Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs. And
Perhaps the most interesting
I
series of
saved
them
this
all.
one for last because of this reason. We know these teams are, the biggest clicks goal scoring wise ever. And we've seen the sheer amount of goals that not just through this series, but through the series in the regular season.
I think we say this one for last because this series had the most potential to be the best series, and I think so far it's been the best series.
Absolutely.
Um, obviously game one, Tampa doesn't show up. Toronto wins 5-0, and that's big boost for them, their fans, everything like
Huge
that.
game for Soup.
And then game two, Tampa is following a loss in the playoffs, so you knew they were going to win.
Yeah. And to the Leafs' credit, they made a game of it near the end, and they just fell kind of short.
Let me tell you why I think.
How many times have we heard that with the Leafs, though, that they just
I still think Tampa wins this series. But I think this Leafs team is different than previous Leafs teams. And the reason I think this Leafs team is different is because they're down 5-1 in game two. And like you said, they make a game of it.
Yeah.
They score a couple goals, they don't go away. And then in game three, this is the difference. They play well. They go up 3-0. Mm-hmm. Jake, Tampa scores 2 goals. The 2021 Maple Leafs, 2020, 2019,
they would have deflated.
They would have lost that game.
They would have deflated.
They would have blown a 3-0 lead. They would have lost that game. This team didn't.
This team grinded it out.
And then found a way to win a 5-2. I was stunned. I couldn't believe that they did it. I was fully anticipating a Leafs collapse that was going to lead to a Tampa Bay win that would ultimately, that was going to be like the defining game of the series. Yeah. Like, they had a 3-0 lead. They lost it. Tampa wins, and now Tampa's going to win this series, and people are going to look at this game. And it didn't happen.
The thing about game 3 for me, specifically, it was a 7-goal game. Mm-hmm. None of your big 3, 4 really showed up. And what's really kind of troubling for me is John Tavares.
Yeah, this is the point, though, of this series where I think it is an official concern. So, I mean, first goal, Morgan Riley on the power play. He's not one of your big 4, but he is one of your top players. Yes. Michael Bunting and Mitch Marner had an assist on it. Colin Blackwell.
How good. This is probably my favorite. I know I've only been following a couple of Leafs deadlines. This is probably my favorite one that Dubas has had.
I love the pickup because I had an opportunity to see quite a bit of Colin Blackwell when he was playing with the Rangers because I live with a couple of Rangers fans. So they would have him their games on all the time. I liked his game. I liked that part of the deal. Obviously, the big piece was, we're getting Mark Giordano.
Yeah.
Colin
Blackwell like that?
Colin Blackwell is not just, we're just throwing this piece in. No, this is a legitimate guy that Dubas wanted for good reason. Mm-hmm. And he showed it. But you look at the assists, Ilya Lyubushkin and Pierre Engvall. And then the third goal is an unassisted goal. It's David Kampf again. David Kampf had 1 goal last season. He's already got 2 goals in 3 games in this series. Playoff David.
This is so great because
Big play Dave.
Big play Dave. You have So talking about the deadline moves, obviously Gio's looked great. Blackwell's looked amazing. Bush has looked awesome. Like I said, the deadline moves that Kyle made were so mind-blowingly good looking at just how this series has gone. Picking up David Kampf in the offseason, really underrated move.
Yeah. It was had 3 points in this game and it was quietly talked about?
Pierre Engvall.
He had 3 assists. Yeah. Now it's funny that the 2 empty net goals were Mikheyev from Engvall and then Mikheyev from Engvall. I thought that was kind of funny.
Right, yeah.
But for me, you mentioned none of the top guys score. Neither side. The 2 goals from Tampa were Ross Colton and Andre Palat. Now Palat's a good player, but he's not one of their big 5.
Right.
You know, you think about the top 5 guys on Tampa. You got Stamkos, you got Point, you got Kucherov,
and then
I would say
Cirelli and Killorn, maybe?
Hedman,
Hetty, yeah.
Hedman and McDonough probably.
Could throw Cirelli in there, maybe Killorn.
I think that those 2 are the next out. Like, they're both really good players, but I wouldn't say that's
maybe
big 5.
That's fair.
But I mean, dude, Braden Point, 19 minutes, 32 seconds was a -2.
I think Willie's. I think back to Toronto just real quick. Like, I think Willie's bad sushi is still kind of affecting him a little bit.
That's the worst. I love sushi so much, but if you get bad sushi, that's just.
I know that's the joke, but like, I mean, apparently that's what it was food poisoning from apparently bad sushi.
Yeah, that sucks.
Poor guy.
Sushi's great.
I haven't had good sushi in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, this is look. I still think I'm sticking by my prediction of Tampa in 7.
I'm still gonna go with Toronto in 7.
But this Leafs team's different.
This Leafs team is absolutely built different, and this is the best playoff built team that I've seen these guys have in a while.
Yes. Well, I'd say it's the best playoff built team we've ever seen them ever have.
That's in
our lifetimes. We've never seen the Leafs advance in the playoffs.
I mean, no. The only time that we would have, I would have been
04.
I would have been 7.
Yeah, I would have been 5 or 5. I don't even know. Like, it's so we've never seen it before.
Right, exactly.
All we have to go off of is 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, all we have is 13 on up. And this Matthews era, now that they've made the moves that they did to supplant Matthews and Marner and John and Willie and Morgan, I think they can do something.
I think they can.
As long as they can win this series, they can do whatever.
Yeah. It's just a hump. It's a hurdle that they have to get over.
And it's a huge hunch that I've got that they can do it.
I think they could do it too. I'm not under the belief that they can't do it. They just, they got a tough draw,
Yeah, they did. But I mean, the blue and white series has been one of the best. This is probably the best series in this playoff.
It's been as advertised.